Hi, I'm Scott Dennis. I've called Sarasota, Florida home for 35 years now. We're fortunate to live in a place with sun-drenched beaches, rolling waves, and beautiful sunsets. We value our clean air and warm sea breezes, so much so that Sarasota County became the first county in the state to enact a ban on cigarettes, cigars, and chewing tobacco on public beaches. But here in Sarasota County, being smoke-free is not just good for our health and good for the environment, it's good for business.
Well, I'm pleased that there's so many places I can go to in Sarasota with my daughter and not have to worry about secondhand smoke.
In 2002, Florida voters overwhelmingly approved the Florida Clean Indoor Air Act, a constitutional amendment outlawing smoking in most workplaces, restaurants, and indoor common areas.
That's one great reason for living in Florida. Restaurants are smoke-free.
Florida's smoke-free amendment has had a positive impact on the restaurant, hotel, and tourism industries.
The Florida Clean Indoor Air Act is good in as far as it goes, but there are loopholes. For example, not all establishments in Florida are protected by the Clean Indoor Air Act.
Fortunately, many Sarasota businesses have chosen to save money, increase revenue, and protect employees and customers from secondhand smoke by voluntarily enacting policies such as smoke-free outdoor seating areas and entryways, no smoking anywhere on the property, quit smoking programs for employees, smoke-free bars, casinos, and hotels, and smoke-free car rentals.
You'll save money when you have less people using tobacco.
It's been estimated that $4.7 billion a year could be saved if all businesses in the United States were smoke-free.
The feedback I've gotten from customers has been, thank you. There's nothing worse than getting into a rental car that smells like smoke.
I would say overall, we have a lot less hassles because of the hotel being smoke-free.
The fact that this place is not smoking is definitely a turn-on for me to come here and enjoy myself with my friends.
Even county government is seeing the economic benefits of extending smoke-free policies.
Sarasota County has smoke-free beaches, but it's not because of the smoking on the beach, it's because of the litter that was on the beach. Our beaches are our crown jewels here in Sarasota, and for them to be strewn with cigarette litter wasn't living up to their reputation. So this was an economic decision. It impacts who visits the beach, it impacts the cost of cleaning the beach. The only way to deal with this extremely expensive litter problem was to enact a no smoking beaches ordinance to deal with the economic cost of the litter.
Today, more than half the states in the U.S. have passed laws requiring smoke-free workplaces. As Sarasota County businesses voluntarily extend smoke-free policies, they increase revenue and overall customer satisfaction.
We are simply following trends that we're seeing nationwide in all sorts of industries, whether it's the airline industry, the hotel industry, restaurant industries, anywhere where people are publicly congregating.
In October 2006, Marriott introduced a policy where there is to be no smoking in any of their hotels. This includes the hotel rooms, the public areas, the restaurants, the lobby. I think Marriott has implemented this policy because of the fact that it is economic, it is cost-effective to clean a non-smoking room compared to a smoking room. If somebody smokes in the room, then we have to go into that room, shampoo the carpet, have the drapes cleaned, have the upholstery cleaned, take all the linen off, and we have to have it completely laundered again to get it back to a non-smoking room. We do have designated areas for the guests to smoke, which is located outside the hotel.
The fact that the Marriott has smoke-free policies in all the room areas is the main reason that we stay at the Marriott.
Our guests have been very positive here at the Courtyard Sarasota. We've had a lot of people, when they come in to check into the hotel, they have specifically asked for a non-smoking room. So when we tell them that the whole facility is non-smoking, they're really excited and pleased to hear that.
Any hotel in Florida that does not allow smoking, we're going to be their customers.
There are other good examples of smoke-free policies here in our state. If you rent a car from Budget or Avis, there's no smoking allowed in those vehicles.
In September, October of 2009, we made a decision to convert our entire fleet to non-smoking vehicles. We implemented policies that our employees, our vendors, and our customers would no longer be able to smoke in our vehicles. We did this to help control the cost of maintaining and keeping a clean vehicle for the customer. Our biggest complaint from customers was smoking smell in cars. Our biggest request from our customers was to provide them with a non-smoking car. just seemed logical to take that to the next step and take a stand and say we're not going to allow smoking in our vehicles. There's been virtually no negative feedback. The customers that do smoke seem to have adapted like they have in other aspects of their lives. So I think it's been a very positive thing for us.
If you're in business, your major concern is the bottom line. And it is much more expensive to clean a hotel room after a smoker has been in the room versus a non-smoker. It's much more expensive for a car company to clean a car after a smoker has used it versus a non-smoker. So these are economic decisions, and this does affect their bottom line.
Standalone bars are one exception to Florida's indoor smoking ban.
The beautiful thing about our neighborhood pub is we are a neighborhood pub. We serve everybody. There's professionals and working class and all types of folks, and everybody's welcome here.
You know, I can't go to half the bars in Sarasota because she doesn't like smoking.
It's so gross. I hate going to bars with smoke. You leave there and you're covered in cigarettes.
That's the only complaint out of my place. People love our service, people love our selection, but there's a handful of people that just smoke, you know, they don't like it.
Well, when you go to a smoking place, you really, by the end of the night, you're just, I mean, you're covered in smoke. Your hair, your clothes, everything. You smell like smoke. It's disgusting, for a non-smoker especially.
I'm curious to see how some of these new non-smoking places do.
Mr. Beery's is one of the few standalone bars that have chosen to be smoke-free in Sarasota County.
It's nice to finally walk into an establishment and not have to deal with other people's smoke.
My decision is centered around the environment I'd like to create and the enjoyment of the craft beer that I serve. It is a decision in which I believe, along with my staff, that our customers will get a more pleasurable experience.
I am a smoker, but sitting at a bar with 50 smokers can be pretty wearing after the night. And this is a great place to come and enjoy a good time without having to inhale piles of smoke.
Being smoke-free not only makes an establishment more appealing to customers, it significantly reduces maintenance costs for the business owner.
Certainly, there's a lot of labor involved in trying to maintain a pleasant smell in a smoking bar. We've got a couple of smoke eaters that hang from the ceiling. They're high voltage, high wattage, generate a lot of power, create heat. During the summer, there's a battle between these heat-generating smoke eaters and the AC system. So definitely there's going to be cost savings if it were non-smoking. You know, also cleaning, wiping down the walls and the glass and the stainless steel. And it's a big effort to keep things clean and pleasant.
The reality is, even the most diligent efforts to remove smoke leave behind deadly toxins.
I, for one, am not going to go to a standalone bar if I'm going to increase my risk of having a heart attack.
Health and productivity of employees is another reason why businesses choose to extend smoke-free policies.
An employee in say a standalone bar that allows smoking is at twice the risk of developing lung cancer than someone who works in a smoke-free environment.
Smokers often are absent more than non-smokers, and disturbingly, they are diagnosed with a debilitating illness such as COPD, emphysema, and have to miss work because of that, or even leave work altogether and go on disability.
If smoking is something that is easily acceptable, easy to do, breaks are encouraged, those kind of things, you could actually take people who wouldn't otherwise have smoked and they become smokers.
Sometimes when a business is interested in going tobacco-free, especially standalone bars, they're concerned that it may reduce business or upset the customers.
I'm somebody that likes to try things out and take some chances and see what the results are. But right now, I couldn't afford to take that risk. So you wouldn't see me, going non-smoking today.
They should be thinking about the 80% of the customers that aren't coming to their business because they don't want to breathe that secondhand smoke.
The evidence that's out there from other states that have much more comprehensive clean indoor air acts, such as Massachusetts, California, New York, and several other states, the evidence from their experience is that bars did not lose revenue.
I am a New Yorker, and in New York, the initial reaction by the public was, that's never going to work. And after some initial hesitation, on the part of the smokers and a bit of an uproar. People understood the reasons for the decision, embraced the decision that was made, and it became a non-issue.
The sales receipts for the bar industry a year later, after the ordinance was enacted, actually went up by 8.7%.
Many states and more than 100 local communities have laws requiring standalone bars to be completely smoke-free. But bars and other establishments don't have to wait for new laws. They may choose to extend their own smoke-free policies to raise revenue, cut costs, and protect the health of their employees and patrons.
The choice that we've made to be a smoke-free environment, I think, does add to the customer's decision to want to sit in the chair a little bit longer and maybe have an extra beer or two. It is the hug, it is the high five, it is the grin, it is the woohoo that makes it an easier decision on our part.
Smoke-free policies can even extend to entryways and outdoor patios where employees and patrons are still exposed to deadly secondhand smoke. Smoke-free entryways are attractive to customers, eliminate unsightly cigarette litter, and reduce cleaning and maintenance costs, reduce fire hazards and legal liability of exposing people to the dangers of secondhand smoke, and most importantly, make a business a healthier place.
I really wish I could find a place where I could sit outside, read a magazine, drink a cup of coffee, and not have to worry about cigarette smoke.
We had patio smoking the first few years we were open, and then we decided that we'd be non-smoking inside and outside, and I don't think we lost any business at all. If we lost a few people, I think we more than made up for it for the people that were very happy we had no smoking outside, and it really does make for a more pleasant atmosphere on our patio. It was more a health concern for us and our staff and our customers. The reaction from the public has been great, and we have a lot more people come here because it's smoke-free.
We're encouraging businesses to take a further step and say my campus or the grounds of my building are now tobacco-free. We've done that here at the health department from the beginning of our property line all the way through the building, anywhere around the grounds that we own or we rent. There's no tobacco use allowed. Our healthcare institutions were in our county, Sarasota County, as well as Charlotte and DeSoto counties, in 2007 took a very bold step. All at the same time, together, they decided to make all of their campuses, the property, tobacco-free.
By sending a message that we encourage a smoke-free campus, we're also sending a message to employees that we care about you and we want to help.
When a business chooses to go smoke-free, helping employees quit smoking is a cost-effective measure to ease the transition.
We had a lot of interest in our non-smoking programs, our smoking cessation programs, prescriptions to help people stop smoking. 70% of people who smoke want to quit, and 40% try to quit every year. So we got a wave of people who said, you know what, that's going to be my start date, and I'm just going to try to stop smoking, but I need some help.
If a business decided they would like to take the next step and implement a more comprehensive tobacco-free policy, smoke-free policy, they could easily contact the health department, 861-2876.
If you're a business that is interested in having a quit smoking program on location, please contact us. We'll be happy to offer you free assistance.
And we're going to give you the tools to do it, the resources to do it, and the incentive to do it.
So by going tobacco-free, 100% tobacco-free, not only will you increase productivity of your employees, reduce the overall cost for smokers and non-smokers alike, you will also give someone years of life back that they would have lost if they continued smoking.
Across the U.S. and right here in Sarasota County, smoke-free businesses are thriving. The truth is, going smoke-free is really cost-free. As business owners, the choice to voluntarily extend smoke-free policies is up to you. And it's a choice that makes sense for happier customers, more productive employees, better business, increased revenue, and most importantly, a healthier community. Smoke-free Sarasota. Make the choice for a healthy business.